See, we must understand this. In many ways, maybe in United States of America, you remodeled it a little bit, your education systems. But essentially this form and this mode of education comes from a time of industrialization of this world. When industries developed, suddenly we needed a lot of people who could handle those things. So we saw human beings are only cogs in the larger machine. We did not see human beings as human beings, at least this education system doesn't see. We want to produce people who will fit into that big economic engine that's going on. Then you will only produce nuts and bolts. If human genius flowers, your design may not work because human genius may function in so many ways, not necessarily the way you want to fit them into some machine. If we want to make it happen to the entire world is still a dream, okay? But to at least your children, it's possible because your children need not fight for survival by the time they're 20. Yes? That is the point of you striving to bring yourself to a certain level of economic well-being, is to see that your children have a passage through this life in such a way they can do what really matters, not just doing some rubbish for survival, isn't it? When survival is in question, we will have to do whatever comes our way. When survival is not in question, we can do what we really want to do. That's what must happen. So, what can we do? One important thing that we can do is, there is substantial scientific and medical evidence to show you that if you can remain in a pleasant state of experience, let's say for 24 hours, without a moment of irritation, agitation, anxiety, anger, nothing, simply blissful for 24 hours, they say your intelligence or your ability to exercise your intelligence can go up 100% in a day. How many people on this planet can say at least one day happens to them without a moment of irritation? Unfortunately, very few. If one day is not happening the way you want it, this means we're off the rails, isn't it? We're just off the track in so many ways. So this is something that we have to bring. What we are referring to as inner engineering is just this. We have engineered the world, we have engineered the world, we have engineered the world. So much engineering, if we engineer it further, there may not be any world left. All this engineering we did in pursuit of human well-being, isn't it? Definitely it's brought us comforts and conveniences that nobody had ever imagined, no question about it. But it's not brought well-being, because well-being will not happen unless we know how to turn inward, unless we bring this into our children's lives, that there is a way to turn inward and take charge of the seat of experience within us, the source of experience within us, to take charge of that, and you create the experience of your life. If you created the experience of your life, would you make it pleasant or unpleasant? 100% pleasant for yourself, isn't it? So if you're in a pleasant state of experience, this will blossom. It is the right ambience and atmosphere for this human being to blossom. Tell me, for yourself as a person, when your surroundings are pleasant, are you not at your best? Yes? If your interiority is in a pleasant state, you will be at really best. This must happen from an early age. For this to happen, the adults must set an example, this is the way to be. There are many concerns in our lives, there are many things which are not happening the way we want it. The only thing that's not happening in anybody's life, the only problem that anybody has in their life is not happening the way you think it should happen. I'm asking you, is your thought 100% in your control? When you don't even have control over your thoughts, aren't you glad life is not happening the way you think it should happen? It's very, very important we take charge of the basis of our experience. This must come into the society as a whole. If it doesn't come into the society right now, at least it must come into your family. It's very important. Once you take this responsibility, this tremendous responsibility of generating another life, fresh life, you must fix yourself. Yes? It's a great privilege and a responsibility that we have produced a new life, then we must know how to be, because this is the soil in which they're growing.